Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill. Today you are going to see the tank in action, or I suppose to say the challenge with the tank in action that made me question my life choices. How much do I love my job? How much do I enjoy streaming? And how much do I enjoy playing World of Tanks? I'm not joking. I always being straightforward with you. Obviously, if I can talk about something. This is one of those vehicles. So hear me out, fellas. Once in a while, we are doing no-goal challenges, right? We have the donation goal. Whenever donation goal is fulfilled, either the person who covered 50% of the challenge or either Chad decides what we are going to play for no gold mark. And all this money is going towards the index page. That's why we can afford the things like 3D models and overall to develop everything further. You know, it's not a cheap business, let's say like that, right? And I do not make money with the index page. Anyways, that's not the point. The point being is this tank has been selected last time. And I have played with this vehicle 160 games, and I am playing with this tank for a week straight. Right, this is going to be the, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be the 5th day that I am going to play with this tank. And oh my bananas from Banana Land, how much I enjoy my streaming experience at this point. I wake up in the morning, I cry while looking into my reflection. After that, I cry a little bit more, and then we are starting to stream, and I cry a little bit more. Chieftain P is quite a vehicle, and it's quite a journey, not gonna lie, fellas. So overall, if you are wondering what is the goal conditions and what we are trying to do or what we are trying to achieve. So we are going for 3rd mark of excellence, right? That's what we are doing. And the goal is to play only with a standard equipment, no directives, obviously no map banning, and obviously no gold ammunition either, right? And the tanks like these are just something else that can make me, let's say, regret my life choices. Obviously, we are going to be alright. After replacing a mouse, we are going to be completely fine, fellas. Overall, the tank isn't the biggest pile of caco in the World of Tanks, speaking about the Chieftain. It has shitty gun handling, that's the worst thing, and obviously no hull armor whatsoever, so you need to reevaluate your life choices before making some silly goose pressure. If you are sitting hull down, obviously you still can get penetrated into your cupola, but other than that, you know, the tank would feel better with a bond equipment or with bounty equipment than with gold ammunition, right? The point of this video is World of Tanks has different level of the challenges out there, right? There is playing World of Tanks with all benefits or with everything what you can get, and there is a World of Tanks experience whenever you are playing World of Tanks in the hardcore mode with the worst equipment which you can get, and in the same time obviously without shooting gold. And some of you may say, well, Skill, what you are saying here is free-to-play experience, you know? Every and each free-to-play player is playing like this. No, not quite. Even free-to-play players can definitely afford getting a couple of the gold rounds just whenever you need it and whenever the situation is just brutal for you, right? Or whenever you see it would be the most beneficial for you to shoot the gold. For example, there is down to one fartable Mr. Mouse sitting somewhere around the corner, right? So obviously, what do you want to do? You want to load the gold ammunition, and you want to punish this gentleman, right? I believe it is no-brainer, and it makes complete sense, right? So yeah, that's what I have to say. Now, why the Chieftain is the hardest challenge so far, at least for me, deal mentally. I am very much stuck with this vehicle towards the 92, 94 level, right? This is where I am stuck, and it's just taking a toll to my brain, and you know, I can feel like how am I screaming and how am I evaluating my life choices, to say that the least, right? And it's completely fine. I'm a big boy. We are going to be okay, and we are going to be fine. We are going to solve this issue and this problem. And I just want to share that with the YouTube folks out there, because I know not everyone has time to tune in into their live streams and to see how the things are looking like. And you know, I am being honest, or as honest as I can be, whenever I have the certain information or whatever else, right? It's just how it goes. So I really want to share this with you. Also, obviously, you are going to see the best of situation as well with this vehicle, right? Whenever the time will come, you are going to see that as well. And what do I mean by saying this, when the time will come? Pretty much whenever we are going to be done with this. So we have situations like this, very unequal games, although I must admit this game was actually pretty decent and pretty okay. I've seen definitely worse games, and even though this game was fine for us, we are losing gun mark percentage. Yeah, let's see the score. Okay, and we are back after first game. 2,800 damage, 300 assisting damage. We cannot complain about this. We finished second by experience, first by the damage by quite a margin, and I would say we played the game relatively all right. Skill, I do not really understand why are you doing this video. Well, fellas, I just want to share my experience in the world of tanks, and I just want to tell you that whenever we are following our goals, it can be difficult no matter what kind of experience level do you have in the game. Someone is having a difficulties by grinding tank from tank 1 to tank 2. Someone has difficulties to get mark of excellence on the vehicles. Someone is having difficulties to mark the tanks without gold, and someone has difficulties by hitting the shots with Arta, right? Whatever difficulties you are going through, fellas, you are going to be fine, and I'm going to be fine as well. If you want to see us finishing this mother trucker, today we will try to do that on the stream, obviously, and we will try to do our best, although the message in the stream is going to be like this, and keep this in mind, it's not going to be like me reading chat as I usually do, it's just how it goes, and hopefully we will fix this issue. Also, quick highlight where this tank goes as well. On the extra you will see the best games of this vehicle, because we crafted some awesome games as well, but once again, it is whenever we will be done with it. Also for folks who would consider buy Chieftain P, because I assume this tank is going to be sold many times over the next upcoming years. And I would say for a casual player, if you don't mind to sit hold down and not to get that much involved into the game, that is half of the trouble. For people who likes to be competitive in the game, right? This is a bit different situation, and the gun is going to be the main issue. And obviously shooting gold can make this tank tiny touch better, undoubtedly. It's just, from my point of view, the gun is definitely not the selling factor for this tank, if you know what I mean. The gun is just that brutal. Let's put that in this way. Now, Skill, I have a question. Listen, why are you not making pressure over there? Because I cannot penetrate the tanks, right, in this type of situation. So I need to think out of the box, and I need to figure out how I could make some sort of pressure without getting punished for my stupidity, right? How I can still stay hold down, and how I would be able to penetrate enemy vehicles whenever they are getting involved into one or another situation, right? This is what I am looking for, and this is what I am trying to solve. This is a very hard rebus to solve, to say that like this. Yeah. Okay. We are fine. It looks like our team feels probably a bit better than enemy team does, because if enemy heavy tanks would get involved, which they clearly do, that means our sniper schnitzels will be able to punish enemy forces and everything is going to be alright. Now we are just trying to search for some breadcrumbs to figure out how we could get a bit more use, right? This is how the things are looking like in this specific case and specific situation, fellas. We are just trying to search for some breadcrumbs from where we can get our free meal. Let me see. Can I go up like this? This is the question. I would love to see a good enough angle for this M103, but in the same time, I'm very, very well aware of the folks who are playing here on the side. What do I mean by saying this is, I am aware of that we could get punished from someone over there, right? Meanwhile, can we play hold down in this situation and just punish some sniper schnitzel here? Beautiful shot towards the concept. I think we punished him without getting punished ourselves. So I am feeling pretty confident about this. Very, very nice. Now, Leopard can definitely go up. And I think with Leopard, all I need to do, I need to pay a humongous attention over there. Hopefully we can find a decent angle to say hello for him. Or maybe even to change the angle a bit and to go higher like this. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Our team is kind of winning this game, which is already unfortunate for our farming situation, right? And still, I have a question. Would you say that playing World of Tanks without gold is different experience and different level? Honestly, usually I do not really see that much difference, although in certain situations I can feel that, like, wow, I would love to have extra 40 millimeters of penetration so I would be able to slap one or another gentleman straight in the face instead of looking for the lower plate shot, right? Sometimes it definitely feels this way. I do not know how to make a bit of pressure here. I honestly have no bloody clue. I honestly have no clue how I can get involved into this specific situation. I mean, I could go into the heavy line here, but once again, it's not that easy and it's not that simple. The gun handling unfortunately doesn't treat us that well, which is sadness, but that is World of Tanks. I would love to see these chickpeas that trying to try to lead up front, you know. Beautiful, very, very nice. We have a decent shot here. Skill, great performance. I know, fellas, 2 shots per game, and I would not change a thing in this type of situation. How do I play the game? And the main reason being is I am just simply very, very much paranoid to get super involved, right? I am just super paranoid to do so. Speaking about what I'm not so paranoid to do, high explosive on, and I want to see a most beautiful leopard ass. That is very nice. In before he will lit me on fire, so then I will cry myself to sleep. Now he can only ammo rack me, so that is okay. Beautiful. Now, my mission is to spot this mother trucker sitting over there. Arta minus 600, that's another thing with this tank. Not the first time, not the last time. I am very, very well aware of that. This vehicle is weak for Arta, and Arta can do a massive amount of the damage. But to be fair with you, it mainly goes for British tanks, you know. It doesn't really matter, Super Conqueror or something else. You can definitely get punished by the Arta, and that's a fact. But that is okay, we are going to take our time, we will try to get involved here, and we are trying to fix this situation to the best of our abilities. 3.4 is what we need in order not to drop down where the gun marks goes, right? So this is what we are trying to achieve, and this is what we are trying to do. Shot to the lower plate, that is completely fine, it is okay. Leopard should be able to finish him off. Unfortunately, he didn't, and I am going to be dead. Or not so much. Beautiful. Luckily, Arta missed his shot. That is absolutely amazing. And even though I'm down to fartable, there is still a gun in the game. So at least that's something. Right? Skill, are you tryharding here with this tank? Yes, I do. Yes, I am trying to play to the best of my... Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't caught it up, I missed the shot to Esterva, and I am blind shooted Arta. I literally missed the shot to Esterva, and then I one-shotted Arta. Sometimes, you know, the game can give you a beautiful surprise. Would you look at that? And we are back. 3.6 thousand damage, 800 assisting damage. We finished first by experience. We finished third by the damage, which is very, very good result for this tank. I'm feeling very, very good. And we made quite a bit of profits, although most of the profits are coming from completing the mission. What an experience, fellas. What an experience. And for the last 5 days, we are playing like this, and we are trying to do our best not to scream. Let's see, can we have a decent game here to finish everything off and to say this tank is the best tank in the world of tanks to play no gold? Let's see. Okay, what do we have now? We have extremely good matchmaking for ourselves. We are playing against the tier 7, so tier 7s are definitely like a meatballs, if I can say so, right? So all we need to do, we need to be smart with our decisions, and we just need to punish enemies wherever they are going to make one or another mistake. Unfortunately, making pressure through the open field is definitely not an option for most of the tanks, and this tank isn't the exception for that. I need to try to stay hold down to the best of my abilities in order to get some use, right? Nothing too crazy, nothing too surprising. I'm going to lurk around the heavy line for obvious reasons, because I simply can get the most use whenever heavies are trying to get involved and whenever they are making a bit of pressure. But meanwhile, we are going to try to use this gun. Yes, I know I said this gun is quite inaccurate, and I stand for what I said. We are going to use this gun to punish mother truckers who are getting spotted here, right? Because in the same time, we definitely may have some S1 lurking in the background, or some lower tier tank or something, right? This is what I would love to see. Obviously, I could make a bit of Super Hellcat is a tourist. That's okay, that's understandable. You know what I'm thinking? I am thinking actually of getting involved here, but I don't really think this is going to be the best idea ever, to say the least, fellas. My plan or my idea would be to make a bit of pressure like this, and then we could have a very, very friendly conversation with this Conqueror or this Oho. And honestly speaking, our team definitely may figure out that they want to make pressure here. Oho is kind of a dead meat, if you would ask me. Oho made a decision to go super aggressively, and now obviously it's not going to pay off for this gentleman. And Conqueror, I cannot really penetrate him that easily. Although what I can do, I can take this position over there, and I can try to punish him into the lower plate if he would get involved over there. As you can see, this gentleman is sitting definitely hold down, so I am simply waiting until he is going to be in the open field, and this is as open field as you can get in this situation, so that's great. Whenever this side will fall, we are going to have a decent experience for ourselves. Skill, understand that you are trading with this tank. Yes, I am very, very well aware of that. I am doing some sort of trades in this type of situation. I get it. Conqueror tier 9. Let's see. Do we have a good enough angle to say hello for him? All I want to see him moving tiny touch back, right? Then we would be able to say hello for all sniper schnitzel sitting in this area, right? That would be very, very, very nice. And that would be very much appreciated. But once again, where appreciation goes, it is hard. Meanwhile, loading high explosive ammunition for obvious reasons, trying to punish this gentleman in the face. But the gun handling is a difficult nut to crack. I said that multiple times and I can repeat the same thing. And now all we need to do, we need to try to blind fire someone who is sitting in this area. Vaza managed to hit our cupola, which is kind of sad considering we are sitting pretty well hull down, right? But cupola is quite big of this chieftain. You know, only one fear factor which this tank can have is chieftain in the name. Since people are paranoid about the chieftains, you know, I think this is literally only one fear factor which this tank has, right? Is it going towards the benefits of this vehicle? That is completely different question and completely different story overall. Beautiful pre-aim by us. That was very, very nice. We have lead damage already. That's good. That is very, very good. Now the question is, how we could make or how we could get some use. I want to see this tiger. That was literally a pixel. I'm not going to go super aggressively here because it's just simply not worth it. I cannot make a hardcore pressure like this. I cannot make hardcore pressure like this. I know I am a top tier, but I need to be very smart. How am I going to approach the enemy forces? As you can see, this tank can be penetrated pretty much by everyone without bigger problems whatsoever. And in this situation, I'm okay if enemies would try to go and make pressure like this. We have plenty of the sniper schnitzels as well over there, so we are okay. Luckily, our Baza understands that he needs to get involved this way, so that is okay. That is okay. Once again, making a hardcore pressure on this side wouldn't be the right choice. If I could turn back the time, probably I would try to place somewhere around this area safely. I know that sounds weird. How dare you to say you would play safely with a tier 9 vehicle, right? I am very, very, very well aware of that, but this is, at least in my opinion, this would be the correct choice in this certain situation. Now, how we can eliminate this Vaza sitting over there? Do they have anyone else? Yes, they do. Unfortunately, the gun handling cannot be trusted, and where the snapshot goes, it is very, very difficult situation, but once again, not the first time, not the last time. All I need to do, I need to eliminate those triangles sitting over there, right? That's all I need to do for a full happiness. And in this situation, I am just betting that this Vaza will mess up. Maybe he will get impatient and maybe he will try to check out what is living around the corner, right? That's all there is to say, that's all I want to see, and that's all I want to do. I understand this Su may try to make a bit of pressure like this around, but I am feeling quite alright. Now, we are sitting hull down here. We are punishing this guy straight into the face, and this was holy bananas, fellas. Would you look at that? This was saying I must relocate, otherwise I'm going to get brutally destroyed. And he is 100% correct about this. If he would not escape from here, he would definitely get brutally destroyed. Now, our goal is straightforward. All we want to do, we want to try to punish them every single time whenever they are doing something silly, right? So nothing too crazy, nothing too unusual. That is okay. Okay, enemy tier 9 is slapping me in the ass, and Dart is eliminating me from the game. This is the experience with this tank I have for 5 days straight, fellas. It is a hardcore challenge, but you know what? I am willing to share a bit of experience with a YouTube as well, and to say, you know, not every and each session or not every and each situation is very, very easy and very enjoyable. For me personally, it is one of the most brutal tanks that I marked with no gold, probably comparable to AMX M4 54, whenever it was meta tank and whenever expectation values were like 5,500 or something like this, and it's comparable with Fava 4005. I hope I gave you a bit of the insights how the things can look like with this tank and how it feels like to play with this tank. Let's see average score, and if you want to see more of this, you know where to find me. And we are back with a 2,900 damage. Definitely not ideal situation, and I'm definitely feeling a bit crippled while I am playing with this tank. Today's performance was 3,100 average damage, 400 assisting damage, and this performance isn't good enough to get the third mark of excellence on this tank, but this is what we have. Just for fun, fellas, I have played 169 games with this tank, 2,800 average damage, and 800 assisting damage. And remember, the damage and average assisting damage, I would be somewhere top 3 probably, or top 4 this month of the players with this tank, and still it is a struggle. So yeah, anyways, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I love you all with all my heart. I hope you are having a great summer, and I hope you are enjoying yourself, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.